2, Sean Timmins. Number 17, Cameron Watson. Number 5, Matthew Watley. And number 11, Jacob Williams.
there you go. Good. There we go, well done. Jay, Bill, keep engaging here. We want to leave it. Yes, go on, look.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you can hear us clearly now. No? I can't hear you, Joe.
No, we both on. We mightn't be able to, but we may be on, in fact, on the air. Okay, so we resume after some technical issues. We're back on live for Moreland Zebras, Goulburn Valley Suns. Those of you watching on Zebras TV or Facebook via the Football Victoria link, or indeed on Facebook via Football Victoria. Moreland Zebras versus Goulburn Valley Suns in marvellous Moreland. 10 minutes into the game and a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Neither team getting some fluency in their play. Moreland Zebras will be keen to progress with their unbeaten streak. Goulburn Valley equally confident they can cause an upset here.
Thank you, Joe. So apologies to all of our listeners out there. Just had a little bit of a technical issue, but we're back up and running now. So hope you can all hear us clearly as Goulburn Valley now make their run forward. Shot comes off the back foot there of Tremaine Sadler. Ball gets squared across, but Timmins comes across and shuts down.
Dangerous ball spilled out to former Zebra and Barney Shamoon on the right-hand side, and his shot was blocked by Matt Watley. But just a warning sign over the bow there by Goulburn Valley Suns.
Yep. Definitely not, Joe. As the corner now gets delivered in, it comes off a couple of players there, but manages to get cleared out.
Box. Fraser didn't come for that one.
Cross then gets delivered back in again. Fraser underneath this one and easily picks that one there up. Had the quick jumper change a little bit earlier today, Joe.
Yes.
Game got underway and then was requested to have the jumper change. So
I've got to say, Dominic, I mean, we're a stickler for the rules, but No referees in the room prior to the game. They can't see that. The only time they can pick that up is when the boy's actually on the park. So it doesn't make any sense to me. Officials
Doesn't exactly,
Jay,
but as near Goulburn now, edge of the 18-yard box, now distributes, gives it out wide to Simioy. Simioy goes a long ball looking for the run to Williams, but trickles over his head and out for another Goulburn Valley Suns goal kick.
Yeah, Jacob Williams there, I think he looked around as if someone was following up behind him, but that wasn't to be.
As Al Gazley now taking the goal kick there for Goulburn Valley. Goes across to retrieve that ball. We'll have some score updates around the ground. There's a number of games being played today in the MPL2. We'll keep our viewers up to date with those scores as they happen. As Goulburn Valley now go through the middle of the park. Nice 1-2 link up. Still there, Goulburn Valley with that ball. Now break out wide. Long one over the top, but Fraser comes out, picks that one there up quite easily.
Getting a bit of joy from wave after wave at the moment. Goulburn Valley happy to play on the break, allow the Zebras the ball in the back third and subsequently through the middle, but keen to play with some fairly direct balls, testing out the centre of the Zebras' defence.
As we come out wide now, so Sadler with the ball. We've got just over 12 minutes played here. It's still Moreland Zebras 0, Goulburn Valley Suns 0. Quick one there by Williams, looking for the run of Ocado, but can't find him, and Al Gazley there picks it up easily for Goulburn Valley.
Fair amount of swirling wind, Dominic, still.
Barrow now comes out wide to Montagna. Montagna back to Al Gazley. Back to Montagna now, looking down the line, looking for his options. Zebras closing off easily for him, takes a few touches, goes forward. Still in possession, Goulburn Valley. Barrow switches out wide now.
Looking quite confident in their own third, and they get the ball forward as well. There's the link play.
1-2
nice
link
ball.
up
Fraser
there.
Chalmers will be onto this and cleans up.
Collects it.
Dominic, they look quite fluent. They're the first team to settle. Goulburn Valley look like they're giving a fair bit.
They are at the moment, yeah, definitely, Joe. So
just on top in the midfield a little
yeah,
bit.
looking very confident with those 1-2 passes through the middle of the park. So Zebras still all to do and get into this game. Still early on though, and scores currently still 0-0.
Indeed. Cameron Watson sitting deeper ahead of him. Jacob Williams and David Cardamone to the left. So the midfield got a little bit of work to do here in order to supply the front three.
For me, Jace, it's a little bit too deep, I think, coming to retrieve that ball. And you'd want him pushing up the park and putting as much pressure up front as possible and not having to come into the midfield to try and receive that ball. So still in the game, trying to get his touch, I guess.
I tend to agree. A little bit of shades of Rashid Mahazi, who did quite well for Moreland Zebras last year. They tend to sit a bit deep in that number 6 role.
It's Goulburn Valley now. Montagna now with it. Now Cabarro.
This is where the press isn't happening, so they're able to spray the ball out. I'm looking at a cross, and Sal Arcado has dropped right back in his own half. Possibly not the ideal position, as Simioy has to make an effort for that one. Free kick there. The boys raise his arm. That's 2 in a row. Referees miss both of them.
It's come off a Goulburn Valley player though over the line and into the second pitch here at CB Smith Reserve, and be another Zebras throw-in. You see Coach Falsadier Meachus there on the sidelines, just probably asking the referee where the free kick was earlier in that play, but nothing doing from the referee. As Barfarosh takes the first touch, goes back into the middle to near Gorin, then to Watson, looking for the link up there with Barfarosh, but had a defender there to beat, couldn't get past him.
Not carrying it properly, Dominic, at the moment. It's not the style that we're used to from Moreland. A little bit snatchy with the last ball, has been a little bit rushed.
It gets switched across the park there now to Lever. Jacob Lever comes out wide, finds a teammate still in possession, back into the middle of the park now. Marshall back to Montagna now, still in possession, goes through the middle, finds a teammate in Shamoon, ex-Zebras player there, Vani Shamoon, and wins himself a free kick.
Creating a bit of space for themselves, Goulburn. Moreland letting him have that space in the front third, which is only creating a little bit of a flow-on issue to the midfield, Dominic. they're able to pick some pockets and
Yep.
and find some holes for that ball to the feet, which is troubling Moreland a little bit. The midfield's just not been able to cope so far.
Simui there is given the free kick on that occasion. There's a couple of tackles there, probably the tackle before that really should have been given a free kick, but the referees found that one there now, and it was against Quoll there for Goulburn Valley. Simui takes a quick free kick, gives it to Chalmers, now comes across to Tremaine Sadler. Sadler looks up, comes out wide. Timmins under pressure, shut down straight away by Shamoon there. Back to Sadler. Sadler with the switch across to Watley. Watley now finds his skipper in Watson. Back to Watley. Now back into the middle to Williams. Williams comes out wide, finds Timmins. A few runs going through there now. Tries to dink it over the top to the run of Cardamone, but it's come off a Goulburn Valley player.
Just
now
had
for
a little bit of a shift in dynamics. David Cardamone's push forward on the left-hand side of midfield, and the midfield is stretched out a bit. Jacob Williams sitting. Cameron Watson now has gone forward a little bit more.
Simui now with possession. Now back to Watley. To Sadler. Sadler urging his players to make the runs forward. Looks for the run there now. Goes over the top looking for Shamoon, but it's cut off again. And as far as Goran, who gets it under control now. Watson with possession. Gives it to Simui out wide. Still in possession, the Zebras. Looking forward, Simui now out wide. Finds Accardo. Still in possession. Retreats back to Watley. Now to Sadler. Zebras will try this side of the ground now. Grandstand side. Nope. Sadler turns back to Watley. Just not really creating any options in there. Goulburn's got all their players behind that ball, Joe, and making it a little bit difficult there for the Zebras to sort of penetrate their attacking forward.
Fairly obvious ploy,
Dominic.
When they haven't got possession, they're just sitting in banks of
three or four there.
Fours.
Yeah, exactly. There's Watley now. Back to Sadler. Middle of the park. Goulburn Valley just happy for him to sit. Now looking for the run forward. Comes out wide to Timmins. Back to Sadler. Goulburn just shifting across, just moving the play there. Now they're zoning off as much as they can. Now the long one over the top to Simui. Tries to get a head onto it, but it's turned over and it's out for a throw in there for Goulburn Valley, deep in the Zebras' attacking half.
Yeah, at some stage after a number of passes that going laterally, waiting for the pass into the middle that doesn't come, the long ball to the corners has not paid dividends
not
on
ideal,
this occasion.
No. As ball back into play now. Carter trying to get onto the end of it. Comes off a Goulburn Valley player. Zebras win possession back. Throw in. Simui. Airport side of the ground. In front of the Crowcams sign there. Thank you to our sponsors for 2019. Simui looking for the throw. Goes over the top. Tries to find the head of Williams. It does. Pushed off it though. No, referee calls play on. And it goes out for a goal kick.
It's taking us a little bit of time to settle in here. The midfield was changed on. Nicky was almost onto a slip up there.
They did. They went to short goal kick, and Zebras nearly profiting from that. But Goulburn Valley getting away with it now. Here they come through the middle now. Lelliot into the middle of the park. Referees found a free kick though. Cardamonia that came in there. And it's Matthew Lelliot who won the free kick there for Goulburn Valley.
Just growing in confidence, Goulburn Valley at the moment. It's not something the Zebras will be keen to propagate.
So just wait for the free kick. We've got some scores from around the grounds. A game that started a little bit earlier today. Kicked off at 2 o'clock. It's Melbourne Victory 1, Box Hill United 1. 62 minutes played there. 1-1 scoreline there between Melbourne Victory and Box Hill.
Everybody else has failed to trouble
so
the scorer.
Far, yep, still 0-0 all the way around the grounds, and we're just waiting for the Northcote Werribee game to kick off shortly as well. So Watson comes out wide now into his teammate Watley. Goes down the line for the run in the Goran, gets it. It's closed down right away. Still in possession though with it, Nick. Brilliantly done. Now finds Simui out wide. Simui goes forward looking for the run of Accardo. He was manhandled there. Referee's called. Yep, he's brought the free kick back. Good referee in there, I think.
No advantage that the ball was continually running away, so good call by the ref.
Brings it back for the free kick.
They're telling me through the producers here are telling me that the voice is coming over loud and clear, so hope you're enjoying today's telecast brought to you by Mirabella International.
So free kick there now taken. Watson goes into the box looking for the head there. It's off the head of Cardamone, but can't direct the header down.
Got good connection. He'll be disappointed with that, David. Good connection. Just failed to guide it down a bit, well over the crossbar. Found a bit of space. The midfielder.
Short one once again.
They go short.
Barrow back to his goalkeeper, then goes a long one over the top.
Watley dominant in the air.
Goes for the second header, brings it down now to Williams. Watson. Looked like the Goulburn Valley player sort of brought that down with a chest mark then, but the referee calls play on. It's Vani Shamoon there with the ball. Now finds his teammate in Barrow, goes long, but it's turned over. Watson wins it back for the Zebras into the path of the Goulburn, then tries to link up with Williams, can't do so though. Ball turned over. But unfortunately, Goulburn Valley unable to profit from that, and the Zebras picking that one there up. Simeoy comes out wide now to Sadler. Sadler now sends it over the top into the path of Barfarosh. Got a bit of work to do to try and get this, but it runs
Just
away from him, unfortunately.
Too much. That extra breeze makes all the difference, Dominic, and what looked like a sensational pass has gone way beyond Tommy Barfarosh. And the youngster who sits pretty high in the goal-scoring ranks for MPL 2 West would be disappointed with not being able to reach that one.
So as we wait for the goal kick, just confirmation of the Moreland Zebras substitutes today. We've got Luke Devitt on the bench. We've got Liam Canal. Guy is also there. He's going to make an appearance over today for the seniors. Jack West Astuti and young Thomas Patrica as well. As goal kick comes in now, Goulburn Valley bring the ball down. Barrow goes a long one over the top. Qual's getting underneath this, so he's Fraser Chalmers and brings it down straight away to Simeoy, who now breaks away for the Zebras. Simeoy looking for the run of near Goran, tries to bring it under control, does. Links up with Williams. Williams unfortunately turns back. Quick lob over the top, and it's just over. So brilliantly done there from the Goulburn Valley midfielder. Saw that Chalmers was off his line and tried his luck and wasn't too far away. There's Williams, Watson now. So a little bit of a scare there for the Zebras. Ball comes out wide now, finds Williams. Williams in possession, goes a long ball, finds Goran, who then pays it off to Simeoy. Simeoy now distributes, come out wide. Zebras with the numbers, Barfarosh.
Timmins has made the run, ignored by Barfarosh, who still managed to get hold of it, lays it back. Or we're just giving it away, turnover by Zebras.
See what Simeoy was trying to do there, trying to find the pass of Timmins. Probably should have received that ball a little bit earlier, but didn't, unfortunately. Now Timmins takes on one, gets around him, goes a flick over the top to Cardamone, but it's gone out for another throw-in deep in the Zebras attacking half. So Zebras looking dangerous when they come out in the counter-attack there with the early ball. If you give Goulburn Valley enough time, though, they will get the numbers back. Will make it a little bit more difficult for the Zebras to break through there. But on the counter, the Zebras are looking a little bit more dangerous. As the throw-in now. Just waiting for the referee to get things moving again. Throw-in comes in. Off the head of Barfarosh. Williams there. Found, had his studs up in that challenge, nothing malicious, but the referee's picked a free kick there for Goulburn Valley.
And fair enough too. We just seem to be settling in our stride a little bit more, Dominic, after the initial 10 minutes of not too settled football. Both sides now know what's required to get some satisfaction out of today.
Barrow just instructing his goalkeeper. Yep, Al Ghazali will come across and take this for the visitors.
I understand production difficulties have been put under control, so both Dominic and I can hear each other.
We can now, Joe, definitely. So here we go. Goulburn Valley pushing forward. It's Marshall up there. Tries to be one, does get past one, goes through the other. It's come off a Goulburn Valley attacker, which was Qual there. Goulburn Valley players appealing for the penalty, but nothing doing in that one. Fraser
he's
had
actually
all the
got
right
his
to go for the ball.
Feet to the ball, Dominic. It was a missed chance there after some good work by the number 10 on the left-hand side there.
Yeah,
Fraser Chalmers lucky to get away with some embarrassment there.
Got through the two defenders there out wide, so very lucky there for the Zebras as Sadler now comes out. Now finds Watson in the middle. Watson looking forward.
Coming really deep still to collect that ball. Almost playing a flat three with both full backs pushing high.
Watson now.
Dictating from
Sadler.
the middle is the skipper. will need to move it out of there at some stage. This time he decides to go long.
Does.
It gets a flick onto Barfarosh.
Referee Linesman had his flag up, but it came off a shot, and it's a goal.
Lovely goal.
Young Salicato, I think it was.
Yeah, young Salicato's made up for the couple of misses last week by indicating to the scoreman that's a goal.
Goal to the Moreland Zebras, goal scorer. Number 18, Salicato. Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley Suns 0.
The cross ball from Cameron Watson didn't actually look like it was going to get there, but nodded successfully by Goulburn Valley towards Timon, so it was a bit of a lucky play there, but Tom Barfarosh,
it was, yeah. The
excellent
Goulburn
cross.
Valley players stopped and thought it was the offside, but it actually came off the defender's head, and that's why he was onside. So brilliantly done there from the Zebras.
We'll be happy with that, Dom. Get us settle some nerves. It's not an easy game. Goulburn Valley travel a long distance and they want to make it count, but Moreland Zebras have other ideas.
Definitely not, Joe. Yes, the country team's always a battle, Joe, whether it's home or away. So they do definitely come to play as the Zebras take the lead here at CB Smith Reserve.
26 minutes in, I believe.
Get confirmation of that one there. 26 minutes, correct, Joe? Scores from around the grounds, Joe. 70 minutes gone now. It's Melbourne Victory 2, Box Hill 2. So in the space of 4 minutes there, we've had a couple of goals. So Box Hill taking the lead and then Melbourne Victory getting one back 4 minutes later. So it's 2-2 there, 70 minutes gone. That's the only score so far around the grounds. The rest of the fixtures so far all are 0-0 currently. So we'll keep you posted with those around the ground as Marshall here now for Goulburn Valley. Free kick just outside the 18-yard box.
In a dangerous spot here.
Definitely in a dangerous spot.
Big man's done well before. Nice little floater to the back post.
Sadler underneath that one there though. Clears, comes out the back. Coming through now. It's crossing the air. Header couldn't get brought down there unfortunately from... and Barfarosh brilliantly done. Wins the ball back. No, doesn't. Goes out. The
Won't
tackle
be too happy, Dominic, I don't think. Falstra Diamichis with a couple of times there, Goulburn Valley been able to get round behind the Zebras' defence to provide some very good crosses into the 6-yard box. And we won't want a chance too many of those before they take advantage of one.
Oh, exactly right, Joe. Couldn't agree more. As Barfarosh did very well there to win the ball back, but unfortunately Williams' pass couldn't get anywhere, and it's picked up there by Goulburn Valley in the back. Now they're making their run forward all the way back to their goalkeeper, Al Gazli there with it. Quick one over the top. A couple of players underneath it there. Marshall able to bring that down. No, still
he's a
control
handful,
with it.
the number 10.
Qual goes up for a header, misses the ball completely. Sadler underneath it, sends it out.
Recognising the danger Goulburn Valley, I'd
he's
say.
offside.
Bit of urgency about Goulburn Valley recognising the dangers here of going one down. And they're pushing quite firm. He's a bit of a handful, the number 10, the big man up front,
He has
Marshall.
been, yes, Marshall. As Qual now comes out the right there. 3 Zebras to close. Nick Goran almost getting a hand on that, but accidental handball there by David Decardemonian. The referee's picked up. Free kick there for Goulburn Valley. They stream players forward. No rush to get this, allowing their players to push up into position. Barrow takes a short one. Now looking for the options forward. No, retreats back. Zebras just shaping up well. Still with possession, Goulburn Valley through Lever. Lever gives it out wide now. Still in possession. Comes into the middle of the park. Good 1-2 link up there. Ball still in possession by Goulburn Valley. Now into a dangerous spot. Barrow takes a shot. Marshall, takes a shot.
Just off the side of his foot there and cannoned into the sponsor that brings us today's game at Landtrack Environmental Solutions. So big thank you to Zebra's sponsor, Landtrack.
Sadler, quick one taken by Fraser now. Sadler to Williams. Williams distributes across to Watley. Watley in possession, looking for his options forward. Nothing doing there though. Now retreats back to Sadler once again. Looking for their options up forward. Still turning back to Watley.
Bit too slow for my liking, Dominic. Too much time to
seem to be waiting and sitting for Goulburn Valley to come forward and create the space. Goulburn Valley isn't going to do that today, especially being the goal down now as well. They're going to try and keep it as compact as possible and not give the Zebras an easy option through.
not finding it easy to put a ball through the middle onto the floor.
Sadler still
all the
looking for his
channels.
options forward. Runs coming from everywhere. Watson instructing him to go back. He doesn't. Finds Timmins. Back to Sadler. Sadler to Watson, who's drifted back a little bit further. Now trying to open up airport side of the ground now. Zebras trying out wide here. Although it looks like Williams going out to put in a tackle. Still using his body, and referee's found a foul there.
Well,
Couldn't
both
see
shoulder to
much
shoulder there. I thought it was a bit unlucky for
Was a little
Jacob Williams to get pinged.
But said a quick 1-2 out wide there, Joe, and the Zebras were in. I think Simio had a bit too much time to think with and tried to bring it a little bit too much time in there when he brought it through and couldn't find the player in the middle.
Yeah, probably could have done better, but the build-up play was good. It was one-touch
Definitely.
football for about 4 or 5 passes, so we'll need to see more of that to make sure we can deal with this persistent Goulburn Valley side.
Comes off the goal scorer there, young Sal Accardo.
Yeah, the young man's done well. As I say, last week he hung his head in shame a little bit by missing a couple of easy chances, but
Made up for it early
made
today.
up for it today.
That'll give the young man plenty of confidence moving forward. And here he is now. Takes on one, tries to get through him, can't. There's a player down there for Goulburn Valley, and Watley will kick the ball out. So Quoll can receive some treatment. As we do that, we'll give you some scores from around the ground in the MPL Victoria. 30 minutes gone, Green Gully 0, Altona Magic 0. And 16 minutes gone, it's Avondale FC 0, Dandenong City FC 0. Dandenong City, I think today, Joe, debuting some of their new signings from this week.
Yeah, I believe some of the A-League stars have joined. So,
Yeah, so
Adrian
Santalab,
Leah
I think,
fully
is.
fit after 4 weeks of training with Dandy City, so
And,
he's due to play.
Santalab's
Brendan
there,
Santalab.
fresh from a grand final with Perth Glory.
And Victory former skipper
Carvaleri.
Carl Valeri.
Yes.
It's a bit formidable there. One in the middle, one at the back, one at the front.
They've
So
got 1-1 and 1, Joe, so they've got their options covered there as referee just drops the ball down and Goulburn Valley just return that ball back to the
it's certainly
Zebras.
changed the dynamics, Dominic, Dandenong City by including those three.
Oh, it
And
definitely
good,
has.
Good luck to them.
It's good to see, though, the A-League players contributing to MPL football after their A-League careers
Correct.
finished, Joe, so it's great to see, and I'm sure it'll bring a lot more fans through the gates, hopefully.
Well, I still have the general belief, Dominic, the MPL system is currently undervalued by most of the MPL teams and indeed the Federation, but nonetheless that may change over the years.
There's a brilliant ball there from Watson, tries to find a teammate in Arcado but couldn't come off a Goulburn Valley players. Williams now through the middle of the park, ball gets turned over, but Watley there able to clean it up for the Zebras, all the way back to his goalkeeper in Chalmers now. Chalmers goes long, looking for the run of Barfarosh. Goulburn Valley player, he's checked him, yep, not too much malice in that one there. I think they both had their eyes on the ball, and Barfarosh
eyes on the ball and cannoned off the defender, so it's a no-brainer for the referee to indicate a Goulburn Valley free kick.
Free kick there. Barfarosh looking dangerous out wide here, Joe, with these little runs that he makes, and just needs one or two of those to go through, and we're on goal there for the Zebras. So.
We are at that, Dominic. I just have a feeling that Tommy's probably better suited playing in the shadow of Big Nick near Goran. But we're not lining up that way today. Not the 4-4-2.
Just one of those players that
3-3.
sort of plays off the scraps and sort of gets into that space that Nick creates, especially Nick, the big attacker that he is, usually draws one or maybe two defenders at a time. So
and that's where Tommy's been able to exploit that space on many
Definitely.
occasions. So
as Zebras now turnover. Now near Goran running into play, and Simioy running through the back there, still in possession. Simioy busting the gut to get in. Behind that pole, and viewers at home won't have an issue with it, but here in the commentary box there's usually 8% of the play that's behind that pole. And
yeah, it's been calculated, Dominic. 8%
it has.
is played behind this pole at Marvellous Moreland at CB Smith Stadium. It's a lovely stadium apart from that.
As Simioy wins the corner for the Zebras. Accardo stepping up there to take. Barfarosh going across there as well. Just asking for the 10 yards and...
Won't get it though, just in front of the Perfect Timber Floors sign. So thank you to Perfect Timber Floors getting on board with the Zebras again this year.
Just the referee there moving him along. So it was number 2 there for Goulburn Valley. Gatcombe been asked to move back as Barfarosh takes the quick one. Header up there now. Can't win it down for the Zebras though. And Cardamone outside of the 18-yard box has Marshall to beat. Marshall goes a quick one through but cut off by Watson. Watson now to Sadler. Sadler with the ball. Timmins making a run out wide. Now gives it to him. Timmins now into a little bit of space. Takes a touch. Puts himself onto... was waiting to put it on his preferred right. Barfrosh takes the shot and it's missed by miles there, that one there, Joe. It's cleared the back fence, back two fences, I think it's cleared.
In behind one of the units, so there you go.
It is.
That's another ball for the Ages. Yeah, Moreland Zebras dominating for the last 5 minutes. Probably the right time for a coup de grace. Another goal before half-time would be lovely.
Would be definitely, Joe, yeah. As Gasly there takes the goal kick. Ball sits up in the air. Williams underneath it. Trying to find the run of Barfrosh. Can't, but Timmins chests this one here down. Still with it, Timmins controls it. Finds Barfrosh now. Barfrosh goes to take on one. Now tries it around. They've both left it there now, so just miscommunication between the two Zebras players. You go for it, I'll go for it. They both let it behind. Zebras winning back to play though. Watson.
Goulburn Valley do the same.
Now Cardamone. Now to Timmins. Timmins out wide to Cardamone. Sort of seeing that the game's starting to get a little bit stretched here now, and the Zebras starting to get into some dangerous positions. As a quick one goes out wide to near Goran outside the 18-yard box. Goes the 1-2. Great one near Goran, just wide. Great build up there with Accardo.
Side netting, unfortunately, the 1-2 with Salacado just outside the box, and the big man's put it wide. But good signs from Moreland Zebras, eager to maybe add one more before half-time. Goulburn Valley looking to hang on and create some mischief going forward.
Gasly there now to take the goal kick. Ball gets put up in the air.
Bit of a breeze holding it up there.
There is at the moment, definitely. So there is a distinct wind advantage to the Essendon Jeep Mirabella end of the ground here, which the Zebras are kicking towards.
That's for you overseas and interstate members. That's towards the southern end of the ground here in marvellous Moreland.
I'll give you some more score updates, Joe. We just had a penalty awarded in the Northcote City Werribee game, and Northcote has converted that and take the lead 1-0.
That'll be
17 minutes
good
gone.
tidings for us at the moment. Be nice to see a couple of points dropped by the opposition.
And we've also got a goal from Murray United, who lead 1-0 over the Whittlesea Rangers. So 35 minutes gone there.
Yes, just a point for those listening through the Football Victoria Facebook links. This is a unbiased commentary, obviously by Moreland Zebras members. So whatever we say, you take as a slant towards the black and white. Werribee can drop points and Albans can drop points.
Well said, Joe. They're still in possession. Goulburn Valley now.
No apologies for that, by the way.
No, definitely not. Hello to all of our listeners once again. Hope you're enjoying the coverage, and you can hear us loud and clear here on Zebras TV and the Moreland Zebras Facebook page. As Goulburn Valley now going forward, looking for the options there. Quick one to Qual. He's closed down there by Simioi. Still in possession, Qual. Long one over the top. Now sweeps out wide.
Nice ball
into
out
the
wide.
path of Laliot.
Timmins far too good.
Now finds Barrow with a one over the top, but Fraser picked that one there up quite easily there for the Zebras.
As the sunshine bursts through the clouds, Dominic, just in time here at Marvellous Moreland, just in front of the Essendon Jeep sign. Fraser Chalmers gets us underway again to Tremaine Sadler. Back to Chalmers.
Still in possession, Zebras. Now Watley, looking for his options forward. Goes to Sadler. Sadler still in possession. Nothing doing there though. Retreats back to Watson, who's dropped back a little bit more now. Now Watley. Grandstand side of the ground, back to Watson in the middle. Long one over the top. Looking for the run of Barfrosh. It's headed down though. Goulburn Valley try to win it back. Timmins gets in there for the Zebras. Brilliantly done there by Timmins. Now goes back to Watson, who's under a little bit of pressure straight away there. And quick one from Fraser Chalmers, who's put his hand up right away with that one there. But
probably the best option, Dom.
You'd rather him kick it out and play safe.
Eliminate
Exactly.
the danger. Eliminate the danger. A little bit of a casual back pass there by the skipper. Not really what the doctor ordered. And gives Goulburn Valley a chance to throw in. And they do. Marshall, 2 on him this time. Moreland's recognised that the big man's a handful. He gives away a free kick there, and he's a bit nonplussed about it, looking at the linesman.
I think it was a loose arm there, Joe, that the linesman called that. I think it was a linesman actually picked
and
that foul.
Quite a strength, quite some strength to that arm. Didn't want to get behind that. Chalmers out to Watley in a bit of space. Watson again in that sweeper role, likes to begin play there.
Sadler now with possession, looking for his options forward. Couldn't find anyone. Into the path of Shamoon. Still with it. It's come off Sadler last. He's just remonstrating with his players, just trying to get him to make a move and make a decent run there.
Just a bit flat through the middle, Dominic. I've got to say, we're not finding those balls to feet in the channels in the midfield.
No, not looking that dangerous at all in the midfield, unfortunately, so far, Joe.
Maybe a ploy. It's not for us to be in the mind of the coaching panel, but you can see things from up high that you wouldn't see on the bench. Gives a bit of encouragement here to Goulburn Valley to go forward.
So Goulburn Valley still in possession. Nearly turned over there. Barfrost jumps over the ball there now. Marshall goes a quick one over through. Qual on the end of that one, but Simui comes across to cut that one there off for the Zebras. Still taking his time. Simui sends it down the line, looking for the runner Cardamone. Didn't get a flick on, but still managed to get through to Niagoran. Niagoran with it now. Gets back onto his foot. Brilliantly done by Niagoran, who finds Barfarosh and now puts it out wide to Cardamone. Back into the path of Barfarosh, into the 18-yard box. Back to Cardamone. Cardamone with the ball. Cross comes in. Plays underneath it for the Zebras. It's Salicato. He's got a double. It is. It's a Cato.
Work.
Brilliantly done. No, it's offside.
Offside. Oh,
offside.
That's a bit. I didn't quite see that being.
Yep, referee's called the offside. Must have been a delayed call though, because he managed to bring the ball down and then. Brilliant finish though from Ocado, Joe. Nice finish on that.
Yeah, certainly got his
right
confidence up.
As Goulburn Valley now through our Gasly comes through. Looking for the options there forward now. Here comes Montagna now.
Yeah, I've just let a myriad of people know on the on my messaging that we're gone 2 up, and all of a sudden we're back to 1 up. So
back to 1.
I thought I saw the referee point towards the middle there. Maybe the VAR was in discussions there.
As the
Goulburn Valley survived that scare.
43 minutes gone here at CB Smith Reserve. It's Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley Suns 0.
That would have been the perfect time for the second goal. He's still there, the young man, and he battles and wins the ball. Gets Nagorian on his way. The big man skips over, comes back, waiting for the runners, and there they are. This time goes into space. Sees Barfarosh on his own. The young man controls it, doesn't get it, gets into a pickle
free kick
and
given,
gets a
100%.
free kick.
He was around him, and then he was going to say intelligently by the defender there, Joe, but wasn't too intelligent because he did give away the free kick. Just couldn't disguise it. I understand what he was trying to do and get his body in between him and Barfrosh getting through, but referee a little bit smarter there and finding the free kick.
Indeed, but young Barfarosh, his first touch enabled the ball to bounce, and it looked like it took for ages to come down again. By that stage, we have a free kick.
So we've got some...
Watson looks like he's shaping up for this one.
He is.
No one going near post unless the runner's there. Big Niagoran's there, and it does goes direct to goal.
Over the top, and be a goal kick there. Just some more score updates from around the grounds. We've got a goal late in the first half. It's St Albans 1, Melbourne City 0. 45 minutes gone there and playing some stoppage time. We've had a red card in the Murray United game. Murray United being reduced to 10 men. Still lead that one 1-0. 42 minutes gone. As Sadler now wins the ball back into the middle. Akata, the goal scorer here for the Zebras, finds Niagoran, brilliantly linked up there. Now Watson. Now to Barfarosh.
Game's been stretched now, Dominic.
Barfarosh tries to find the path of Cardamone. Can't get it under control, unfortunately. That's Davide Cardamone. Williams now. Still with Akata. Now to Simioi. Simioi got 2 to beat. Decides to retreat. Back to Watley. Watley now takes a touch and goes forward. Now goes a long one through. Tries to find Niagoran, but comes off a Goulburn Valley defender. And easily picked up by Al Ghazali there for the visitors.
Zebra's able to find some space in the last couple of minutes, Dominic, with Goulburn Valley stretched at 6s and 7s, but unable to punish him with the final ball.
As the fourth official puts up the board, Joe. It'll be an additional 2 minutes of play as Carter Money gets into a bit of space. Barfrosh still with it. Barfrosh. Tommy Barfrosh now goes round off the crossbar.
Again off the crossbar. That's Tommy's.
And shot from Williams.
Under barrage here and a
He's
penalty.
brought down.
No, he said nothing.
Play on. As flicked over the top again. Carter Money. It's off another crossbar and over the top. So barrage of shots there from the Zebras. I think there was probably 2 or 3 shots there. 2 crossbars, Joe, in between that. A penalty call.
That's made for some good visual footage if you're watching that.
Definitely.
Goulburn Valley Suns are lucky to not be 2-0 down after that barrage of about 3 or 4 chances in a row there. But surely Moreland Zebras deservedly have won there. But no one with the calmness enough to slot it away for number 2. Now, they're going to chew up some time here as the goalkeeper. This time he goes out.
Sends it long. Watson brings it down. Now finds
We've got time for one last push by the looks of it. Goran.
That came off a Goulburn Valley player, yes. Goes out for a Zebras throw-in. Into stoppage time here in this first half. It's a Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley 0.
Just trying to recall a time, Dominic, where Big Nick Goran actually gets a free kick against 2 centre-halves.
Yeah, no, look, we've commented on that a few times over the last few games, Joe, and we feel that because of his size, he's unfairly looked upon in regards to being able to get a free kick. So
all he does is keep buffeting here with both centre-halves at the same time.
Carter shot and out wide there.
Oh, there's still some afters going on here. With hello, the referee steps in between them now, but Big Nick Goran has his hands full as the centre-halves try to prove a point here.
Yeah, Barrow there for
Big man's having none of it. And there's no truth to the rumour that he was cast as one of the Unsullied in Game of Thrones. We'll leave that aside.
High ball up in the air now. Ball just sits in the middle. Carter Money gets underneath the end of that one there. And there's the half-time whistle here at CB Smith Reserve. It's the Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley Suns 0.
We might be a little bit disappointed with that, Dominic, not to come out with 1 or 2 more.
Well, yeah, definitely, I think so. But Zebras finishing off that half a little bit more stronger than the visitors at the moment. But they go into the break with that 1 goal advantage thanks to young Akato.
Yep.
We'll go to a bit of a break and we'll resume shortly. Thank you for listening to Moreland Zebras TV. We'll be back right after this break. Yep. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to CB Smith Reserve as we players make their way out onto the pitch. We'll get this.
Moreland will be keen to get another one on the board early, Dom, to settle some nerves. A bit of a breeze still happening.
Ball gets sent through, so Goulburn Valley with it there now, but referee's found an early free kick there.
Shamoon picks up the kick. I expect Goulburn Valley to come out with a bit of a rush, Dominic, in at least the first 10-15 minutes or so in this half.
Say so, Joe, yeah, definitely.
Moreland will have to be on their toes if the Zebras want to get maximum points out of this game.
So it's Marshall with the free kick duties there. Goes long one into the box off the head of Williams. Williams looking to find his teammate in Barfaros. It's Shamoon now who gets it down. Now Marshall again, quick one, kick there high. Foot was high there.
Yep. It's obvious pretty early that they're going more direct. 3 forward thrusts have been direct passes into
definitely.
the 40-yard box.
There's Watley there. Gets himself back up on his feet. Referee having a talking to Cole, just warning him in regards to that sort of stuff there and telling them to knock it off. I dare say that's probably his first and last warning before he goes into the book there, Joe.
Watley just rolling his shoulder there. Just landed awkwardly, the big man.
There's Chalmers there now, takes a kick for the Zebras. Near Goran trying to get up. Now Watson taps it forward, but no one there for the Zebras, unfortunately. Ball picked up, makes it past. Barfaros thought he was going to get it, but missed it and got through. Now in the middle, Williams uses his body strongly. Williams does, brilliantly done. It's the Goulburn Valley player there, number 21, Lelliot, who came off second best with that bump.
He stayed down. I didn't think there was too much in it, but might have collected him at the right.
Yeah, he had all the momentum moving forward, and Williams just stood up and just used his body a little bit stronger. Williams there seems okay. So he stayed down though, Lelliot. That's James Lelliot.
Skipper going to the sidelines to get some words of instruction again from Foster Diamichis, who would have spent the last 15 minutes telling him what's what.
Couldn't be too much of an instruction to give straight after the half, Joe.
Yep.
Maybe giving him his thoughts on how something's working or not working out there.
He's just gone out to have a word to Jacob Williams, so maybe Zebras looking to change formation a little bit earlier than anticipated with some placements maybe. Tremaine Sadler looking to start again, finds Watley in the middle. Williams, Watley. Sadler can start something here. Gets his head up, looking for a move, no one angling. This time he goes over the top the left-hand side of Timmins, but it's going to be too long, or is it?
The wind's actually held it up, but
and Shamoon's let it run out.
Sees it over the line.
Hope you're enjoying today's broadcast from Marvellous Moreland. Rain, no sign of rain just yet, but today's broadcast brought to you by Essendon Jeep.
As Lelliot makes his way back onto the pitch there for Goulburn Valley. Still looking a little bit tender there and still lifting his arms up trying to get his breath back. So it was a heavy bit of a knock there as Near Goran goes to close it down and it's kicked well out of cover by Montagna there. Timmins to take the throw in there, looks for the path of Shamoon, finds Near Goran who brings it back down, comes off a Goulburn Valley player though, ball cleared out in as far as Williams to Watson, Watson back out wide to Timmins back to Watson and Watson retreats back to Sadler goes the first time kick over the top, looking for the runner Near Goran who was offside. Referee's going to call that one there. Yep, he is offside and
just a little bit late back, the big man, just a bit of dawdling and ball watching maybe. And all of a sudden the ball arrives and he says, I'm in two minds whether to go or not, Dom.
Yep,
but
he did and it was offside, so...
yeah, he won't be too pleased with that, Falstall. They need to get sharper thought process than that for the big man.
No. Al Ghazali goes a long kick, goes out wide now, finds his teammate in Gatcombe, who then puts it into the path of Quoll, who makes his way into the 18-yard box. Quoll goes around, tries to get round one, but it's Watley there, been pushed off it. Referee calls play on. Ball trickles out for a corner there. Brilliantly done there by Qual. Sort of.
Yeah, don't want to see too much of Qual in the penalty box, Dominic. As Moreland look to shape up to defend this corner. Fair breeze blowing towards the Mirabella side of the ground. Fraser Chalmers directing his troops.
Marshall now taking the corner. Ball taken, goes over the crossbar there. Chalmers sees it over. And Shamoon, I think, just having a, may have had his toe stepped on, but runs it off. We've got some score updates around the ground. So, start of the second half, Werribee has equalised, Joe. They're 1-1 there against Northcote City.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame.
And Murray United have doubled their lead. They're 2-0 up over Whittlesea Rangers, a 10-man Murray United, leading 2-0 over Whittlesea Rangers.
That's not a shame.
As the goal kick taken there by Chalmers. Ball sits up in the air with the breeze there. Now Timmins into the path of Cardamone. Goes through the long one over the park. Comes off a Goulburn Valley midfielder and out for a Zebras throw-in. Timmins steps up to take the throw. Goes back to his teammate in Sadler. In a bit of space now, Sadler looks at his options forward. Goes across to Watley. Watley out wide to Simioy. Simioy now pies it into the path of Timmins. Timmins now looking forward. Takes a couple of touches. Along the ground looking for Nigoran but can't find him. Ball gets cleared out. Sadler under a bit of pressure there. Didn't realise he had a player coming there, but fortunately for him,
wind assisted there. A bit of help from the wind. And
definitely a bit of wind, Joe, yeah. As Simio now goes forward, goes long, over the top, looking for Ricardo. Flicks a header on into the path of Cardamone. Now links up with Ricardo. Nope. Ball trickles over the line. And
Cardamone's just gone over on his ankle again. It's the same ankle he rolled on Wednesday night in the cup game against Westgate. So he's not looking too bright at the moment, but might run it off.
Run it off a little bit there as the ball gets switched into the middle. Timmins wins the header down into the path of Shamoon. No, can't get him. No. Barrow for Goulburn Valley.
Bit of space here. Salacardo's going to have to double back. Just in behind Simioy, and he still hasn't got there, the young man.
Still hasn't. Marshall there
ball
at the back post on his own.
Either.
Now the ball comes in. Still that man at the back post and comes off a Zebras defender for a corner for Goulburn Valley.
The big Marshall was making some strides up the left-hand side here, and young Salacardo's got to know that that's a defensive duty that can't be missed.
Definitely.
As Goulburn Valley broke on the right-hand side. Lessons every week for the youngsters at Moreland Zebras.
Got some more score updates around the ground. So North Geelong has just scored against Eastern Lions. They lead 1-0, 49 minutes gone. And Manningham United have taken the lead over Ballarat City, 1-0, 9 minutes played. As Chalmers picks that one there up easily from the corner. Now Williams takes a couple of touches. Got a player behind him now. Still in space, Williams. Now goes the one across, plays it into space. Watson with it now. Edge of the 18-yard box. Got numbers forward, the Zebras. Watson turns back in. Finds Cardamone. Can't get it under control, though. Shamoon in there. Ball gets cleared. It's come off a Goulburn Valley defender and goes out for a Zebras throw.
Probably the wrong pass. I'd have picked Simioy on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
He was on the wrong foot. Was Cameron Watson. He had to double back by that stage. The opportunity was lost.
Sadler tries to cross, but Qual there closes it down. Out for another Zebras throw-in. Timmins to take.
Zebras proving they can break just as efficiently against this breeze as Shamoon.
Brilliantly done there by Buffarosh, who keeps the ball in their attacking half there for the Zebras. Goulburn Valley with the throw-in.
Just in front of the Degani Coburg Hill sign. So fresh coffee, marvellous Moreland. Degani's the place to be. As
header comes down now, still in space, ball gets cleared off, comes off a Zebra's head there. Yep, it does, and it goes out for a Goulburn Valley throw-in.
It's anywhere and quickly from Goulburn Valley. They take full advantage of the throw here by going up to this halfway line. But
straight to a Zebras player as Watson flicks it on. Out of Cardamone brings it down. Watson signalling for his troops to go forward. He does. He plays it into the path of Buffarosh, who had the ball kicked out from him there by Laliet. Laliet, who got that knock a little bit earlier against Williams, seems to have recovered from that there now. As Watson now receives the ball from Timmins from the throw-in, back to Watson. Watson into the middle now, looking to give. No, finds Sadler. Sadler will then switch. Now comes across into space now for Watley in the middle of the park for the Zebras. Looks for his options forward. Comes out wide to Simioy. Simeoi takes a touch, turns back in, back to Watley. Watley in the middle now, Williams. Williams back to Sadler. Still in possession with the ball, Zebras. Now back to Watley again, where it started from.
Timmins went and had to check his run as Watley comes forward this time. Looking for Simeoi. Now he does. The youngster gets a nice ball into the box. Nodded away straight to David Cardamone, who lays it off for Watley again.
Now Watley to Timmins. Still with it, the Zebras. Watson. Now wide finds Williams. Williams in possession now, takes a couple of touches, looks at his options forward, now goes across, looking for back post, finds near Goran, who flicks it into the path of Timmins, who heads it down. Can't get control of it though. Ball gets cleared temporarily by Goulburn Valley. Now they're getting out. They go long. Qual now into a little bit of space. Simeoi backtracking now. He's got Marshall behind him.
1-on-1. Got enough pace, Qual, for Big Watt.
Shots taken, come off the post there, I think it was. It was a post, balls trickled out, was over the line, and it was a goal kick. So from that angle, Joe, it didn't look like much, but it actually came off the post. So keeper and defender beaten there. So fortunate one there for the Zebras.
Yeah, but it did look like it was a goal kick, so it must have been travelled out beforehand.
Some score updates around the grounds, Joe. Melbourne City has just equalised, 55 minutes gone. So it's St Albans 1, Melbourne City 1.
Nagorian on to this one.
Oh, just bounced away from him. Al Gazza there with possession. Cardamone now. Williams, he's got an open goal to shoot. He does. Oh, it's come off.
Defending for dear life for Goulburn Valley at the moment.
It was.
The game just for a minute looking a little bit stretched.
Opened up a little bit, didn't it, Joe?
Big man out here on the left. Tries to get it now, but Simeoi well positioned to take control of that one. And the Mirabella medalist looks up and plays in Matt Watley.
I'm not sure if I gave the update a little bit earlier, but Werribee City did equalise against Northcote City. It's half time there in that game. So Simeoi now for the Zebras. Still in possession now. Watley switches across to Sadler, who goes back into the middle of Watson. Watson now comes out wide, finds Simeoi in a little bit of space, closed down by Marshall though. Now to Watson, now to Williams. Williams put under pressure. Referee's found a free kick there, definitely. He kicked the ball and...
I'll tell you why that's come about. So we've got the three midfielders and we're trying to play a diamond in the defensive half of the ground. Mm-hmm. We're not finding the pockets forward. Yep. For some reason or another, we're just lining up in the way, but we can't seem to find those pockets in midfield, which are resulting in a scrap just inside the centre circle. And we've just come out fortunate for this one, but I don't think that's what the Amichis has got in mind.
No, definitely not. As Watley takes a quick free kick now. Simeoi goes along, looking for the run of Williams. Can't find him, no. Watson in the middle of the park. Still with it, Watson. Kicks it over the top to Sadler. Chalmers comes out for this one, though. Chalmers with the ball now out wide to Sadler, who can't get the clearance, but fortunately gets it back to his feet over the top, looking for Barfrosh. That's Cardamone trying to get involved there. Can't get the flick onto the path of Near Goran. Middle of the park. It's Marshall with the ball.
Bit of ping pong around at the moment.
He's a little bit.
Goulburn Valley hanging on, not constructively, but are dangerous on the break.
Now Qual comes out wide. Still with it. Gets around Watley quite easily there. As the ball gets delivered through. Comes off Chalmers there in last save. Yes, it was. Chalmers has saved that last one there. I think for my liking there, I think Qual just got around... Watley a little bit too easy there on that sidelines. I think Watley just needed to hold him a little bit and sort of show him the line. He wasn't in the box, so...
Well, the fact remains there that our quickest player in that back half, Nick Simeoi, was caught out of position, so the ball's gone behind, and it's a foot race, and the big centre half struggled to keep up with the nippy winger.
Big cross comes in now, flicked off the head of Sadler. Picked up there, though, by Lever.
Their couple of minutes of nuisance play here.
Oh, it's gone off the back post there. Couldn't get the foot in there. The Goulburn Valley attacker. Sorry, Joe.
And they won't be happy with that at all, Moreland Zebras. I don't think the coaching panel's entirely enthused about this last couple of minutes play here.
Just that, the last 5 or 10 minutes or so, the Zebras sort of switched off a little bit, Joe.
Might not even be that long, but the last couple of minutes certainly have, Dominic.
Frey Chalmers now.
We had a fair bit of the play going forward, and I think we've just sort of lulled into that false sense of security and been under control, but Goulburn Valley dangerous on the break.
And so the wind's actually picked up a little bit here now. There's Sal wins the header there for the Zebras. Brilliantly done by Nia Goran. Ball's flicked up in the air. Sepp has gone to kick it. I'm sure he would have been able to pick that one near up. I don't think it was
I'm not sure if it was
a
a back
direct
pass.
back pass, but Carter he had his eye on the ball though. Bumped him. Referee
Just
calls a free kick.
Cannoned into the Goulburn Valley player.
Still in possession, Goulburn Valley. Tried the quick flick through, but Sadler cuts that one there off. Now in possession, Timmins. In the middle of the Watson, back to Sadler. Sadler with possession now, looking forward. Looking for the options. Goes a long one over the top into the run path of Nia Goran, who's got a defender to beat there. He sort of does. Yes, he gets through Nia Goran. Now still with it. Can't get possession.
Can't
No, pass it
lay
to
it off.
Barfrosh.
Well, they stumble on it. Cardamone takes it.
Had a bit of time there and couldn't get it on target. It's well over the top there.
Quite evidently laid back on that one, Dominic. Usually David's able to get his body over it and keep him low, but on that occasion, no. And it fell nicely for him after big Nick Nagorian failed to lay it off for young Tom Barfrosh. So the big man signalling something to the bench there. Not quite sure what that means. I hope he's physically okay.
As Al Gasly goes with the kick, Simioy comes up, brilliantly done, but Goran loses it in the air a little bit there. Couldn't get the possession down. Watson now, brilliantly done. Still in possession. Now comes out on his own here wide.
Looking for options that aren't there. This time Simioy provides an option out right. Lays it in. Not a good ball to cut out from the first line. Watson's got some work to do. The big man goes past him. And
nope. Jacob Williams comes in and saves the day there for the Zebras. As we've got Sadler with it now, all the way back to Chalmers. Chalmers under pressure, sends it long. Looking to the run of Ricardo, tries to get in the back there. Ricardo brings it down now for the Zebras. And then ball gets tackled out of play for a Zebras throw-in. Another score update from around the ground. So Moreland City's doubled their advantage against Springvale White Eagles. 56 minutes gone. It's Springvale White Eagles 0, Moreland City 2.
Just have that. I can see Nicky Simioy trying to drift forward on most occasions here. I don't mind that, but on the break it's not great.
Barfrosh takes a shot.
Tries to make something out of nothing and scoops it over the bar. So we're trying to get forward here, which in my mind, Dominic, is exposing Matt Watley on the right-hand side against the young attacker child here. The big man's come out wide to the left. They've recognised that the pace is troubling Matt Watley in a foot race.
Especially when Simioy does make that run forward, Joe, definitely.
So William Marshall's actually drifted out, the big man. He's gone from centre to the left-hand side, and they're getting a little bit more joy through the middle.
Watson tries to get the ball down, can't though, turned over. Now comes out wide, finds that man in Marshall out wide there, got Simioy to beat, goes a quick one, but Simioy putting a foot in, blocks across. Still with it, two Zebras players in there though. Oh, Marshall's got past both of them, unfortunately, as Chalmers then picks that one there up. Still in possession with it now. Chalmers just takes a bounce. Waiting for his options forward. Puts the ball down. Waiting for Qual to come through. Long one over the top. Nia Goring get underneath it. He's pushed off the ball. Referee not giving anything there. There's one of those ones, Joe. Nia Goring expect to get the free kick.
He lets this one go as well.
Nia Goring getting inside there. Red!
Oh,
yeah,
he's
that's
pulled
a penalty.
down.
Definitely pulled down there.
Arm over the shoulder. The
Is there
big man
anything else?
says, I'll take that.
Definitely will.
Yep.
No need for the hands over the shoulder there. Nia Goring getting one, Joe. Talking a minute ago, he doesn't get any free kicks, and they're an obvious one. The referee couldn't ignore that one.
You can't get dragged back around the neck and not seeing about it. And I like the big man, the competition here for taking the penalty. Young Tommy Barfrosh stood on the spot saying, I can take this one if you like, Nick, but
Nia
no
Goring
chance.
wants this one, definitely.
The big man keen to get his goal on the board. Let's hope we can make him pay. Takes 3 steps backwards.
He's missed it. Barfrosh comes in and saved again. Double save there from the goalkeeper.
Too soft. And Nick Nagorian won't be happy with that at all. Don't know whether you've seen that picture. Goalkeeper's on the floor at the moment. Must have copped one directly in the face.
He did in the face, I think, on that second. The rebound shot from Barfrosh has got him square in the face, unfortunately.
Big Nick Nagorian getting told now by the defenders that...
I know, it's got him in the shoulder, not in the face. He's holding his shoulder, so it may have been how he landed, or
maybe just buying some time. Get a
Possibly.
little bit of rush, a little bit of I've done my job. I'll just make a point of it. Barfrost should be unhappy with that. He might have fallen on his shoulder, according to our producer, our technical producer here, Rick Piccinelli, who does a fine job in the broadcast day.
Alex Piccinelli, mate.
Oh, sorry, Alex. I had your dad in mind there. Apologies.
Our under-18s goalkeeper up here. So, goalkeeper just staying down, just getting his teammates there to just compose themselves a little bit.
Nagorian won't be happy with that at all.
Definitely
I just thought he looked a little bit too casual in the lead-up,
It did
Ron.
look like a little bit of a casual penalty, definitely, Joe, yeah. Didn't give himself enough of a run-up and just took his time a little bit too casual. Yeah.
And I just hope that the Zebras don't rue that missed opportunity at 1-0.
Ball gets delivered in now. Players underneath it, over the top of everyone there. Goran comes out wide. Still in possession, though. Williams now in possession. Oh, brilliantly done by Williams. Just composed to get that turn through. And the Zebras recover that one there. Simioy, quick one out wide, finds Timmins. Timmins now in possession, looking forward. Back to Sadler. Sadler, yeah.
Looks a little bit flat at the moment after that rather poor miss. It does the big man.
As Cardamone now with the ball. Now goes back to Chalmers, who's under a little bit of pressure. Goes the first time kick, goes up in the air. No one underneath it for the Zebras. Barfrost gets in there, wins the ball back. Nope, free kick against. So.
Got to be unsure about those, Dom. I'm not sure. The ball's in the air a long time. There's some people underneath it juggling and so forth, and it's very hard to pick something out. The best call there is for me to let the game play.
Goulburn Valley, coming off number 9.
The big man's coming off, number 10.
Number 10, Marshall, been replaced by Craig Carley.
So the captain coach comes on. Craig Carley, experienced campaigner.
Substitution for Goulburn Valley. Coming off number 10, William Marshall, been replaced by number 9, Craig Carley.
You can hear the broadcaster there, just nominating Craig Carley's appearance. Plenty of experience there, so the Moreland Zebras will want to keep an eye out as Chol tries to dig the ball. Williams scoops it away, alleviates the pressure for Moreland Zebras. As both Simioy and a Goulburn Valley player stay on the deck. Referee says both physios in you come.
Yep, it's Simioy and it's also...
Not quite sure who the other is, but Anthony Murray's on his way out.
Matthew Lelliot, so one of the Lelliot brothers. 3 Lelliots to be in this team, Joe. So
no sign of the physio from Goulburn Valley, but oh yes, here he comes.
There he is. Simioy just clutching at his ankle there, Joe. I think it might have been how he's possibly landed on it.
Could be just a clatter.
Yep.
A clatter injury at mid-air, which can happen sometimes.
Anthony Murray there getting the ice spray out.
So what do you make of that, Dominic? From a possibility of 2-0 up at the right time, Moreland Zebras missed the penalty and missed a follow-up shot.
Would have been a different mindset for the Zebras if they were 2-0 up. Unfortunately, Joe, we couldn't consolidate on that chance, and it's still that solitary goal advantage that the Zebras have got. So I guess there's still plenty of time to go in this game. Only 69 minutes gone. So still 21 minutes left to play plus any stoppage time. So plenty of time for both teams here as the throw-in comes in now. Long one into the box. Simioy tests that ankle out, lands safely on that one there. Now over the top. Cardamone trying to get underneath of that one. Can't win it down. Free kick given. No, Cardamone dragged the player down. And it's another free kick here now for Goulburn Valley in a dangerous position just outside the 18-yard box.
A couple of the supporters on the airwaves just bemoaning the fact Big Nick there looked far too casual, and the hunger needs to be there to bury those goals. They're gimmies.
Definitely do, Dad.
It's a big part of the game. Mm-hmm. Being able to take a good penalty is worth its weight in gold. So let's hope Moreland don't rue the missed opportunity.
Definitely not. As Barrow now lines up. Jordan Barrow with the free kick duties. Lines up, takes a shot, takes a deflection off the wall, and ball trickles out for a Goulburn Valley throw-in. So Wall doing their job there, or it was just behind the wall. I think it was the defender behind the wall there that blocked it. doing their job.
Couldn't tell. They raised their arms for some reason or another, but it looks like a big throw coming in here. All the defenders are crowding back into the 6-yard box. It must be a big throw coming up. And indeed
Throwing
it comes.
comes in. It's off the head of everyone there as Timmins on the end of the air kick there. No handball. It's come off his head. No, referee's called play on.
These are the few minutes that Goulburn Valley's going to not die wondering as they put some pressure on Moreland Zebras in their penalty box. Another long throw, unable to deal with it before. This time he does. Fraser
Chalmers
Chalmers
brilliantly done. Picked
says
up.
if it's going to come anywhere near the 6-yard
I'm getting
box,
that
it's
ball.
my ball.
As the ball gets distributed early now, Timmins comes out. A little bit of a breakaway there.
Nagorian wants it in space. It doesn't get
Still
there.
with it,
There's a bit of
Timmins.
space on here. They missed the opportunity.
Nagorian in an offside
Salarcado with the
position
centre.
though. Here comes Barfarosh. Still with possession. Ball trickles over the line. Zebras throw in.
Missed the
Timmins
opportunity.
moves across.
Young Salarcado made some space on the right-hand side. Timmins
Watson
has missed
now.
him. This time
Gets
it
across
comes
in.
right.
Ball's up, but easily picked up there by Al Ghazali there for Goulburn Valley. Goes the quick throw in. Ball comes out wide, and it's Watson there. Watley there gets it under control, and Timioi able to bring that one there down. Now plays into the path of Accardo. Goal scorer, young Salarcado. Still in possession of Accardo. Brilliantly turns past one and the second one. Now distributes to the middle. Watson, first time ball out wide, finds Barfarosh there. Barfarosh brings it down, turns back in.
Must make them pay here, Moreland, for all this possession.
Still with it, Barfarosh. Now turns, now into a little bit of space. Barfarosh lays it off to Cardamone. Now to Jacob Williams. Williams with possession. Still looking for it.
The umbrella football's not working all that swiftly at the moment.
Ball
There we
gets
go,
flicked over
looking
the
for a
top.
little chip. Doesn't work out. Come out this way to Simioi. This time he decides to take a shot. Cannon's off a player. Timmins will collect. And does so. He's going to go back because he's on his wrong side and does so. The skipper looks up, looking to angle it. Does throw the long ball. Salarcado doesn't get his head to it. Simioi doesn't either. Goulburn Valley trying to sort it out, and they do. And this time they get out, do they? Zebras aren't keen on getting him out. This time they do.
Managed to get the ball through.
Carley, first time ball to Cole. And Watley this time. Oh, Watley's been
pushed out.
dragged down.
He has.
Watley's
Referee's
been
called a free
dragged
kick.
down.
Yep, it's a goal.
Watley's been dragged down, but nothing doing, says the referee, and Cole goes in to collect his goal. So Dolmite could just... Yep. So not good tidings for Zebras there. I could just see a little bit of a build-up there. And we have failed to make them pay, and accordingly dealt that sort of blow. Plenty of time for both teams still.
So Zebras now take the kick off. Simioi with the ball. Watson, middle of the park to Williams. Williams in possession, knocks it back to Simioi.
74 minutes gone, Dominic.
Still with it out wide now. Timmins to Sadler. Sadler tries to flick it up forward to near Goran, who gets the head on there. Watson. Still in possession. Goulburn Valley. Ball gets smothered there. Headed on from Watson. And it's offside there. Barfarosh too late to get back behind the play. And the ball is offside. Free kick to be taken there by Goulburn Valley.
So out of nothing. A slip up by Matt Watley in the box. Free kick not given.
Yeah, just didn't have the pace there. I think Joe Qual just closed him down pretty quickly. And you made mention of that match-up a little bit earlier. Unfortunately,
Yep.
it's...
Yep, and
It's,
and that's why one of the reasons why the big man went left and the speedster went the right way. They've also picked up a free kick here. Was it to us or...
That's to us. The yellow card to Qual.
Might have been some retaliation afterwards.
Bit of pushing and shoving going on in there.
Not too much in it. There's some verbal for sure. Referee standing away. Linesman comes in unnecessarily in everybody's view. Not too much going on. Referee's indicating to the skipper that's come over. Oh no, there's a card here. No?
Just talking to both of them. So
Why
it
would
was,
you talk to someone with a card in your hand?
Williams and Craig Carley there.
Yep, maybe the two skippers.
Two skippers there having a bit of a...
And Moreland none too pleased with themselves, and hence why a bit of reaction there.
Referee there, another
As
free
we
kick.
give away the throw in. And Goulburn Valley, the free kick even.
It is a free
Goulburn
kick, yes.
Valley with their tails up, which looked like it was evident. A scramble to secure balls away from their penalty danger area and put the Zebras under a fair bit of the cosh earlier on and got their just rewards. Have we got something left? Plenty of time. 76 minutes gone.
Chalmers now puts the ball down, looking for his options forward. Sends it now. Looking for the run of near Goran, who goes up for the header. Can't win it down though. Goulburn Valley able to win that one there. Only as far as Williams. Williams into path now. Katamati takes a shot.
He's taken it first time,
He
David.
has first time taken it.
If they come off, they come off, but sometimes they go off the side of your foot. We see the substitute bench warming up. Be a change shortly for Moreland Zebras. It looks like big guy.
Getting prepared to make a change there. Could it be near Goran coming off, Joe, for...
Maybe the big man not moving around too fluently, as we know he can. There was a free kick there not given, I thought. Their arms flailing everywhere, and Trey Sadler was on the wrong end of that. But I'm not quite sure what the officials see when that sort of thing happens. It's no good collecting an arm around somebody's head and not giving it up. So, number 9, and it is the big man, Nick Niagoran, to go off for number 23, Guy.
The Moreland Zebras coming off number 9, Nicholas Niagoran, being replaced by number 23, Guy.
The big man would be a little bit disappointed. Gets the handshakes from the bench, but I know he's hurting inside. Big Guy.
This is a debut for Guy now, Joe? For,
Yeah, he had a hit out in the 20s
yep.
after a 12-month layoff, but he's fully fit and ready to go. Had a hit out in the 20s and back again, and put on a little bit of muscle, probably another couple of inches in height. So we're looking forward to what Guy can provide the team.
Not sure where position he's gone into.
Looks like he's settled into a midfield here. It's been a handful, Cole.
Has been now distributed into the middle. Turned over there.
Timmins comes
Really
across.
done. Now Williams. Williams puts a bit too much on it though.
Wrong ball.
I would have gone out
the
wide.
Right hand,
Yeah, either
right
a
hand
Carter
side
there.
was free, or
Exactly.
Carter's was free on the left, and it's gone through the middle.
Unfortunately, just a little bit of decision making now by the Zebras.
Yeah. As the boys probably with one half of their mind on the time. There is plenty of time. Reiterate that there is plenty of time to play.
79 minutes gone here at CB Smith. It's Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley 1. Throwing comes in from Simio looking for a Cardo. Can't get the header down, no. Now Burrows breaks out. Watson brings it down for the Zebras now. Timmins into the middle, finds Katamani. There's a bit of thereafters off the ball there. Katamani going to ground quite easily.
Not sure. The
Not sure what
referee's
happened
pointing looked like it was going to be a free kick to us, but it's not. Not quite sure what happened there.
Chalmers there, a little bit under pressure, gets on his left foot, looking for the run there of Katamani. Can't bring the ball down, unfortunately. Closed by Barfrosh, pressure on. Watson now, first time ball forward. Looking for the other option there, gets it back now, Watson.
Zebra's a bit too stretched at the moment for my liking, Dominic. Haven't got that consistency, and there's the ball.
There's
Wrong
turnover.
side. Wrong side for Dave Cardamone on his left, and subsequently he puts it out in front of the Crocam side. Won't be happy with that. On a day that Werriby's being held at the moment, Northcote City 1-1. St Albans being held by Melbourne City 1-1.
Oh, ball gets flicked through underneath Simioi's legs there. Don't think he got a touch. Oh, he did get a touch to it, and it's gone out for a corner.
And this is unfortunately a day when Moreland Zebras is currently being held 1-1. So not what the doctor ordered.
Definitely not. 10 minutes still left to go. It's just clicked over the 80th minute mark now.
And just as I say that, St Albans lead Melbourne City 2-1. So not a good day for Moreland Zebras at the moment. We can't afford to drop points. They'll be disappointed with that bit of time.
Chalmers came out, decided to stay though. Ball gets checked there. It's another one there. It's another late one from Shamoon.
And Carly's gone on with afterwards. People, yeah. Nicky Simioy's...
Shamoon there with the late tackle there. He's going to be given a yellow card.
Oh, I don't know, because the referee's peeled away. I don't know. He does have a chat to him now.
That's it, Shamoon in the book for the yellow. And Simioy's going to get a yellow card as well for the push and shove there afterwards.
This is playing into Goulburn Valley's hands, this, Dominic.
Yep, definitely is.
This is a match day 101 no-brainer. Goulburn Valley Suns with all the gain and Moreland Zebras with all the lose from the shenanigans. You youngsters watching this on wherever channel you are, be aware of game management.
Shamoon, Barfrost trying to get underneath that one there, can't win that one there down. Shamoon with the head forward now. Sadler uses his chest. Referee signalled that. Play on. Carter unfortunately couldn't link up there. Now links up there. Guy with the ball. He's got a little bit of space and time here now. Now finds Watley. Watley gets dispossessed quite easily there, Watley. Long one over the top. Oh, Chalmers there manages to see it over. It looked a little bit like he was caught out there a second, but managed to see one there over the top.
Just not liking our fluency through the middle at the moment, Dominic. If goal needs to come, it needs to come through some sort of construction, because at the moment it's a bit of hit and miss from both teams, and the team with more to gain is Goulburn Valley Suns.
Chalmers now. Big goal kick coming out. Tries to find the head of Ocado. Guy taps it, headers it into space there, but no one there. Watson, quick one over the top. Now Barfarosh, nearly on the end of that one there. Cardamone brings it down. Still with it, Cardamone. Loses a bit of possession there. No, keeps it in play. Watson now, still with possession. Comes out wide to Timmins. Zebra's still pushing forward. Here we go. Barfarosh goes to flick on.
He's just misread it's where he should have been. Young Salah Cardo, where he should have been, but nonetheless.
Went in to retrieve the ball. Off the chest there of Guy. Now Watson asking for the moves forward. Nothing doing. Now into the space of Simioy. Simioy tries to get the pass through. Can't get out there though. Guy comes around now. In possession, Guy now. Goes a quick one through. It's flicked into the middle there, but picked up there by Al Ghazali there for Goulburn Valley.
Sense a little bit of a rush, and we might get exposed at the back, but
ball goes out for a Zebras throw-in. 84 minutes gone here at CB Smith Reserve. It's Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley 1. Both teams only making the one substitution so far. As the ball gets delivered into the middle of the park there now. Watson out wide to Timmins. Timmins goes back to Sadler. Sadler with possession. Now goes long down the line. Looking for Barfarosh. Tries to get a flick onto Williams. Can't make contact with the ball though. It's flicked over the top. Here's Qual there.
Again.
He's turned again, Qual. And referee's found a free kick again.
This time he's plucked out a free kick.
Quick one taken by Chalmers there. Cardo unfortunately couldn't get the pass back to him.
Bad forward pass.
As a shot gets taken by Qual there. Not a bad effort on the strike.
Not a bad effort.
Unfortunately there, Zebras rushing, trying to get through. Couldn't connect the last two passes there and the ball got turned over.
Wayward pass by Salacardo on the way back to Nick Simioy, who was left stranded. And Zebras will need to be mindful of those sort of breaks. But can they thrust their own forward movements now?
Long one sent down the park there by Chalmers. It's up in the air. Watson gets underneath that one there. Williams could have probably brought it down there. Decided to throw the head on flick.
No chatter through the middle. Bit of inexperience there.
Cardamone brilliantly done. Nope. Referee's found a free kick there. Goulburn player just staying down there. Just getting the time. Just Yep, just running the clock down now for them.
Yep. As I say, they've got more to gain, and they know they can still pinch it. And Moreland Zebras will need to do everything they can to make sure they win it.
Over the top of Simua, comes out wide now to Laliot. Turns back into the path of Gatcombe, who tries the first time cross in. Ball gets flicked up in the air. It's Sadler who wins it, then Watson. The flick forward. Now Ocado into the path there. Not sure what the referee's picked there.
I don't know, but the ball
Zebras free kick. We had possession, but he's brought it back there for a free kick. I'm not too sure what
is that not frustrating? The ball's two passes further on in the game, and we're pulling back when we have possession of the ball. Now, I'm not quite sure, but some sort of paddle to see those sort of things on reflection has got to be worthwhile.
Chalmers now goes the long one high up in the air. Akata trying to get underneath it, wins a head forward. Barfrosh trying to get on the end of that one that came off a defender first. Bit of push and shove there. Barfrosh can't get it under control though. Still in there, Barfrosh comes off him and it goes out for another goal kick. As Goulburn Valley just taking their time now. 87 minutes gone. It's Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley Suns 1.
A bit of a stunned silence over the crowd.
There is, Joe.
Everybody well and truly aware of the time now.
I think the importance of that penalty now, Joe, is slowly starting to creep in. As Barfrosh now lays it off to Williams. Williams tries to go the first time ball through to Ocado. Ball's up in the air though. Brought down by Watson. Watson now distributes forward, looking for Cardamone, who gets around his opponent there now. Cardamone still with that ball, trickles out wide and goes out
flying
for a
in.
Throw in. Came off a Zebras player apparently.
Apparently, yes.
All the way down there and calls the throw in.
Linesman not interested in changing direction. That's okay. Right. Another minute chewed up here as the Elliot, I believe, just ambles in, picks up the ball down the line. Plays into their hands by another throw, and Goulburn Valley can smell a gain here, and that is successful 2.5 hour drive to collect a point. So they throw it long, trying to reap some more.
Header comes
Get a nod on.
That back post there. Player goes to ground. Salicado goes the first time through, but unfortunately he's passed it into the feet of the Goulburn Valley player. Ball comes in now. Header off. And it's gone out for a goal kick there for the Zebras. Uh, 89 minutes gone now. Going to be too much.
Don't see the sign of the fourth official just yet.
Ball's up in the air.
Behind the ball was Watson.
Over the top of Timmins. It's Quoll, that man, once again for Goulburn Valley. Gets the ball in the middle. Ball gets distributed. Shot comes off and it's just over the top there. Chalmers had that under control though.
Been a handful, Quoll, since he shifts into the centre. And the ploys work well for Goulburn Valley at the moment. They're taking the spoils, half the spoils out of this game. Moreland Zebras won't be happy.
Got about 1.5 minutes left to go of normal time, Joe. Just confirming that, 1.5 minutes left to go in normal time. So 88.5 minute mark. Simeon now moves his way forward. Looking for the options now. Long throw in. Looking for the head of Ocado. Can't find him. Comes off a Goulburn Valley player. Simeon now with the throw. Goes down the line. Barfrosh trying to get underneath that one there. Can't win it. And it's Guy with the attempted header elbow there and accidentally make contact there with...
That'll chew up the remaining time as the player stays down. Just being encouraged there to make sure that you're right before you get up. And he does so slowly now. Don't rush, son, says the skipper. And just all eyes on the fourth official who glances at his both watches. So does the central referee.
44.5 minutes gone here in the second half.
Another glance at the watch.
High one over the top. Timmins gets a header on. Only as far as Shamoon though, still with it. Then Watson comes in and retrieves that one there for the Zebras. He goes Barfrosh, getting the possession, finds Cardamone. Cardamone still with it. No, ball trickles out over the line. And it's going to be a Goulburn Valley
There'll
throw-in.
be only 3 minutes of time after all that
3
hoopla.
minutes.
3 minutes is all that's left for either team to take the spoils here at CB Smith's Stadium today.
As we just trickled
Moreland
over the
Zebras
45th
won.
minute.
Goal through Sal Arcado and Goulburn Valley Suns equalised 72nd minute.
Throwing comes in now. Looking for the options forward. Still in possession. Williams under a bit of pressure there. Williams though. Free kick given. Guy looking to take the free kick. Nope. Steps away from it. Lets Sadler come across. Surely not too much time left now. Come on, Zebra's going to push forward. High one over the top. Looking for the run there of Barfrosh. Can't get it down though. Finds Watley. Watley to Watson. Watson now. Goes over the top. Looking for a run of Simioy. And it's come off the head of a Goulburn Valley player. Quick throwing comes in. And it goes out for a corner now.
Could be one of the last chances here for Moreland to get something out of this game. Well, maximum points out of this game.
Just ticked over the 46th minute, Joe. So a couple minutes still left to go. Still a bit of time here for the Zebras to salvage something from this game and get the 3 points and keep the pressure on the top two.
Both centre halves down in there.
Header comes out. It's a loose ball in the middle of the box there. Header from Guy. As Wally goes. It comes off the post.
It's hit the post.
Hit the post there from Williams.
Unlucky Moreland
Cardamone
Zebras.
with the ball now. Still with the Cardamone. Now finds young Accardo. Accardo out wide to Watson. Watson now finds Sadler. Sadler steps in onto his right. Left, sorry. Now Watson. Goes to cross. Still with it, Watson. Ball gets tricked in, but cleared. Over the top. Simioy headers it on into the path of Accardo. Accardo over the top there. Looking for the run of Williams. Can't find him though, and it's Lulliot there out wide, and the referee's found a free kick there. Not too sure there was much in that one though. As we just ticked over the 47th minute, into the last minute here
minute of the game.
Injury time.
Goulburn Valley Suns well pleased with their effort. Moreland Zebras unlucky there in the last minute there by hitting the upright from Jacob Williams.
High one over there now.
Watley hits it back.
Hits it forward. Still with it now. Accardo now brings it down.
Last chance here.
For his options
as we
forward.
break. Sal just doesn't lift his head, kicks it into the player. Simioy.
Still with it, Simioy. Now goes it wide. Watson with it. Still in possession now of the Zebras. Now goes it one over the top. Williams going through. Cardamone on the edge of the box. Still with it, Cardamone into their box. Now comes out wide. Finds Timmins, who can't get the pass through though. Ball gets cleared out. Now Goulburn Valley had the chance to kick the ball out, and the referee's blown the final whistle there. There it is.
Yep. Not a bit of stunned silence
here
over the crowd as Moreland Zebras disappointed. Goulburn Valley still talking. Oh, those handshakes all round now, so...
Full-time score here at CB Smith Reserve. It's Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley Suns 1.
As the sun goes over the yard arm here at CB Smith Stadium in marvellous Moreland. Final score, Moreland Zebras 1, Goulburn Valley Suns 1. Missed opportunity,
feels like a missed opportunity, doesn't it, Joe? Especially with the results so far in the other games. But looking at a positive side of things, Joe, the Zebras still keep their undefeated streak going.
Yep,
they
do. But on a day where a couple of the teams have dropped some points, would have been an ample opportunity for Moreland to sneak up higher.
Definitely, Joe, definitely. But from everyone tuned in today, Joe, thank you for joining me up here in the commentary box. We'll got a couple of away games now, and thank you for tuning in today, and we'll see you at our next game.